Hello friends, all of us have gone through a breakup or a relationship separation. Some of us even a partner at business separating, or some of our work relationships get bitter. And this is a part and parcel of modern life. Very often adults just grow out of the relationship with each other. At other points in time, your thinking may have gone in a different direction. Your value systems could have gone in different directions. And at yet other places, there are certain transactions or give and take between the two individuals that could have gone bad. So it is very, very common in our lives today for relationships to go sour and people to go their different directions. It's happening a little bit more today because we also see that with the advent of technology and a lot of the exposure that people have, sometimes the tolerance level of people on certain issues is very, very low, and they are already distracted and under so much of pressure with other areas of life that it also starts telling on their relationships. Well, while I have done a video in the past where I had spoken about hack into any relationships, and if you've not seen that video, please do go and check it out, because I had suggested 4 lovely steps that you could take in any relationship to make sure that you're doing your best. But we also have to deal with these relationships that break. The heartbreak, the break of trust, the breach of confidence, and often other associated losses which come along with this. A lot of it is social pressure, and yet others could be losing support systems in life, or for those of us who are in relationship, it is even losing love, intimacy, etc. So what do you do in these kind of situations? Now, it doesn't matter which one of these kind of relationships that you have lost, and I would not differentiate between them, because the one who loses the relationship is one who really knows the pain of it. So for me, somebody who's lost a business partner is as painful as somebody losing a loved one. And let's not underestimate the emotional loss or the intellectual or the social loss that we go through in either of these situations. First and foremost, if you're faced with this absolutely unfortunate situation of losing a relationship, the first step for you to take is check your own emotions. It's very common in these situations to blame the other person. And that blame is often for us to rationalize that we possibly did every possible thing to save the relationship, but we really could not, yada, yada, yada. We get into all of those arguments, etc. So that blame could come up, and it's a very, very common phenomenon. Along with that blame is a burst of anger, and all of these other energies that are associated about, I want to take a revenge, or I want to chase the person down and give them a piece of my mind. And that never stops. Even if you've given the other person a piece of your mind, it is only going to keep happening again, and it may only make matters worse. So don't do any of that. Check your emotions. First of all, you really need to cut yourself off from that situation. For some of us, this is cutting away from, the aggressive emotions of anger, etc. For others, it is cutting away from guilt of, why couldn't I save this? Why did I lose this? All of that stuff. You need to really cut yourself off from any and all of these negative emotions that are coming up at that point in time. So for that, you need to really check your emotions. You need to take a pause. What could help you to do this? Well, you could take a little break. You could spend time alone, and alone time helps. Unless otherwise, alone time is going to take you deeper into, that stress or sorrow or anger. If you're not somebody who can handle it alone, find somebody who you can spend time with. Family, friends, some well-wisher. Sometimes even the company of strangers help people. So I've also seen, it being very helpful if you were to just take a road trip with strangers, as a part of a holiday group or something like that. So whatever it is that you will use as a getaway. Now remember, this is not a running away from your problem. It's just a temporary getaway for you to calm and soothe your energy, so that you can silence that emotion of the anguish, the vengeance, or the anger, or the sorrow, or whatever it could be that you need to deal with. Now, that temporary phase is going to give you the time and the system to breathe. Whether you do it, passively by spending time with yourself, or actively by going out and engaging and doing certain activities. The second thing that you need to do from there, where you just cut off that negative emotion, is to, number two, take control of your life. And this is very important, and a lot of us forget this, that when we are dealing with losses, we become very myopic and only focus on that small area of our life, and we tend to completely defocus from the rest of the life. Or the other thing that could happen is that we could over accelerate and overcompensate on the other areas of life to sort of get away from it. So when I say take control of your life, it means both sides. Don't overdo things and don't underplay things, both ways. It is very, very critical, because if you don't indulge enough with your life, there could be other damages that could happen. Other people could get hurt, your career could get hurt, your finances could get hurt, your security, your health could get hurt. And if you overindulge in things, again, the same things could happen in different ways. And the other danger of overindulging is also that you suppress the pain that possibly you're going through. So take a control of your life and get back to your routine. So I'll again repeat, first step, take a control of your emotion, diffuse that energy in the immediate here and now. And number two, take a control of your life, of your routine. Get back to your routine. Wake up on time and eat on time. Maintain your hygiene habits, exercise, do your work, whatever that you need to do. And then put down some time for mourning, for churning, for reflection. Those are some things that you need to make time for. Sit down and do it. This may sound a little cliched, but you really have to discipline your system to do this, because if you don't, who else will? And if you don't, life is going to get you to a point where you'll have to forcibly do this in several other ways. So very, very important that you do this, that you spend some time to take control of your life. Having done these two steps comes to the third one. Now's the time to really start reflecting what went wrong. Highly likely, there are certain reasons because of which things went wrong, but a little bit of reflection, especially using resources, a colleague, a friend, a coach, or somebody who could guide you, may help you learn valuable life lessons. And this is the time where it's not about rationalization, finding a reason, etc., or letting go of the blame or letting go of the sorrow. Like this letting go word has become a grandmother psychology on hundreds of those articles which will tell you 10 steps of doing this and 5 steps. No, this is not about that. This is about learning a lesson from that loss. Very often when we see that light is when we see the opportunity for personal growth. So the third point essentially is sitting down to learn that lesson of personal growth which will take you forward. None of us can correct our past, but what we can do is enrich our present and make sure that the future is better. There's no guarantee it will be better than what it was in the past, but we can give it our best, because all of us go through our highs and lows of life, right? So remember this. Again, I'm repeating, the first step for you to do is neutralize your energy. Number two, take care and take control of your life, your routine. Number three, find the time to find the lessons in that whole situation to grow personally and move forward in that growth. And the last thing for you to do of moving ahead with this is really actually opening up your heart and realizing that things do go wrong in life. We have losses in life. We will lose people. Some we will lose to death. Some we will lose to separation. Some we will lose to other unfortunate things of life. So in any of these situations, it's very, very important that we understand fully well that change is the way of life. So life changed. You cannot stay back there. You have to also change with life, and you have to start looking for what's next. What is it that you need to do next? How are you going to make your life better from here on? And this is not about forcibly, forcefully, and with a vehemence of vengeance saying, now I will show the world what I am made of. No, none of that. Let's not get into all of those theatrics. That's not how life runs. This is simply about becoming normal again. And what does a normal human being do? Live, love, learn, enjoy, do something worthwhile, contribute to other people's lives. And at the end of it, have a story that you are proud to live. So, if you have gone through a bad patch, I just hope all of these things are able to help you move forward. If you need any of my help, feel free to write to me, and I'm happy to have a conversation with you. But you really can take care of yourself by simply taking control of your emotions, making sure that you take control of your life and your routine, learning the lesson from that lost relationship, and finally becoming normal and looking forward to a healthy and a life that is meaningful. Wish you the very best. I'm sure if you're watching this, you have something to learn from this about a past morning or a current morning that you've been in. Wish you the best of energies, wish you the best of health, and hope you move to a healthier, meaningful life soon. Thank you for listening to me today.